Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and welcome to another StarCraft cast. It's a best of one today and it is going to be a ZVP. So let's get straight to this, introduce the two players. So in the top left we have the blue Zerg. It is Moosegills. And his opponent down in the bottom right, it is the red Protoss player, Minigun. Now, I'm going to be honest, I got about 2 minutes into recording this cast, and you missed out on a treat, because I was going on and on and on about how cool the name Moosegills is, and just how much I like moose. And I was then going on like, well, what's the plural for mooses? Because that doesn't sound right. Is it mooses? Is it moosei? Or, obviously it's a herd of moose, but what's the plural for, like, if you've got two moose? Is it mooses? And I couldn't work it out, and I went on for this for, no joke, literally about a minute and a half just talking about them. And I was requesting that someone tell me in the comments, but because the phone rang, I had to stop the cast. And basically, I went and googled it, and apparently, and I don't know if this is correct, but there is no plural for moose. Like, it's not like meese or something like that, or moose or mooses or moosei or whatever. It's just moose. One moose, two moose, three moose. Just moose everywhere. But anyway, that is a bit beside the point. I don't know why I'm talking so much about them. But anyway, spawning pool coming down, pylon down at the moment for miniguns. So this is all very, very normal openings. Probably going to be a forge fast expansion, because that's safe to do so, and the reason you can get away with going for a forge fast expand on this map is because ultimately, should your opponent try and knock down these rocks, you can just re-wall off this way and be relatively safe as well. So no big issues or anything like that. It's a large map as well. Very unlikely your opponent would be going for something super aggressive. The probe just happily blocking around here, sees the hatchery go down, and that's really safe times there for Minigun. He knows now precisely what his opponent's going to be doing. The third base will also come out relatively quickly for Moose, because Minigun does have his natural out super fast. It was a Nexus first. So third will be the one to the south of the natural. The reason you take this one, for anyone who doesn't know, is because notice this area is quite wide. You can defend both your third and natural at the same time. However, if you take this one, firstly, there's rocks stopping reinforcements, but secondly, there's this awkward cliff area. And if you basically want to come and defend your third with units here, you have to run all the way around, and it can be really awkward, and you will lose it quite simply. So always take the one with the easiest to defend. Now, for Minigun, he's just busy getting down his forge, getting down a gateway. He's got his second pylon there, so his wall off is absolutely ace. He's kept a probe just outside the natural to keep a good little look of what comes out, just in case the off chance a lot of Zerglings were about to run down. There's currently 4, which is 2 more than you usually tend to see. And of course, nothing wrong with going for 4 Zerglings. It just means that you're definitely safe from any kind of proxy pylon accident or anything peculiar like that. But it means you've got 1 less drone, which is not great if you're going into the mid game. You want to get every single drone early on because they do snowball. So, 1 probe on its way desperately back. We see the wall off isn't completed, but the cannon is now done. The second probe on its way there. And yeah, Moose, mission failed. That poor probe. That poor probe. Just robbing it in, Moose, as well. You slaughtered an innocent probe, and all you had to do was rob it into Minigun. That's just horrible. But yeah, third base on its way down. This is all good. Meanwhile, the probe is coming in and saying like, yep, definitely a third hatchery down. That's what I want to see, because a third hatchery just means that you're not going to try and kill me off of 2 bases, and that means that I'm relatively safe. I don't have to panic. I don't have to throw down like 2 more cannons, and that's all fine. And a Minigun, he is just giving away probes like they are candy. Well, actually not like candy, because who gives away candy? Like, seriously, no, don't do that. Candy's good. Unless you've got loads, then you should give away some. Sharing's caring, I guess, and all that sort of stuff. But if you've got one last sweet, don't give it away. Don't do that. Keep all your probes, keep all your candy huddled up in your base, because you will need them later on, I can assure you. Now, as we've got coming out for Moose, he is just getting down a whole ton of drones. He's being very proactive with the Zerglings, just being like, well, I'm going to run around, make sure there's nothing too funny going on, I'm going to take these watchtowers, that's all good. The Overlord just getting in a position ready to come and suicide itself to get a scout out, because imminently we should see from Minigun some kind of commitment to some form of tech. Because currently he has literally one gateway, one cyber core, one forge, and a mothership core on its way. That is all off of 2 gas. He's banking up the gas now. Will it be a Stargate? Stargate openings are really good because you've got a lot of dead space on Akalon Waste, both outside the third and the main, as I just showed you. But Moose, he's getting down some more Zerglings. He's going to come out. We do see that the mothership core on its way over. That could also give you the option to be a bit more aggressive. But where are you going, Probe? Probe, what are you going to do? Overlord coming in and being like, okay, I don't see anything yet. And I'd actually argue that at high levels of play, seeing nothing is more scary than seeing something. Because if you don't see anything, you're just like, well, he must be doing something. And well, these Zerglings, they are desperately trying to do something, and that is kill a Stalker. But the Stalker being microed very effectively. The Zealot and Stalker mothership core combo doing a great job of actually picking off a huge number of Zerglings there. The third Nexus coming down from Minigun. So this is a really solid build where you use the aggression of the Zealot and Stalker and mothership core in order to gain the map control needed to secure a super early third base. Such a good strategy. And it's something that ultimately Moose needs to identify when he hasn't seen anything else. There's no tech on its way down. The Zealot and Stalker just sitting there. They've already forced so many Zerglings. 13 out, 4 more on the way. Speed just getting started as well. That's all not drones. We've got some roaches on their way out. And of course, it's got to be a little bit cautious because this Zealot and Stalker could die very quickly. You don't really want to have to use a mass recall rather, to save 2 units. It's not an effective use of energy. But likewise, you don't want to get surrounded. But speed is a long way away from completion. We've got way more Zerglings coming out. That Zealot is unfortunately going to die. The Stalker is just getting in out of there. The mothership core, of course, safe because nothing can shoot up. This wall off with 2 gateways and a cannon in a very nice spot. But the rock tower can knock down and do a lot of damage. So that's something that's always fun. These rocks are getting taken out. We've got more gateways and the robotics facility coming down. The Twilight Council just getting started as well. But this is a big push coming in here from Moose. He is moosing it up right now. He is coming straight across this map. He's going to try and do some damage. The warp gates are getting chrono boosted, but will it be enough to get out a decent sized army in order to defend against this push? Well, wait to see. A good number of sentries are here. That's the force nodes that are going to be inevitably essential in order to keep this down. There goes the first force node. A couple of Zerglings do get through. Gonna need some more. The cybernetics core taking a bit of focus fire. The mothership core there as well, just trying to help out. A couple more force fields, but as we can see, that cybernetics core taking a lot of damage. You do not want to lose that, but it does go down. Second cyber core getting remade. More force fields completing the wall off the cannon, doing some nice damage. More sentries there, more stalkers there. The third, I believe, was scouted, or at least the gateways were scouted, giving a good indication that the third's coming down. But sniping off that cybernetics core means that we're going to see no more stalkers or sentries for quite a while. A couple of Zerglings do manage to make their way in, start chipping away at a few of those sentries, and more force fields on their way down. In general, Moose is losing an incredible amount more than his opponent, over 3 times more at the moment, and that is a lot of resources that you just cannot afford to throw away. The pylon also magically staying up with 5 HP. So lucky, that pylon there. The mothership core doing some good damage. The fourth base just getting started here by Moose. He's got the +1 missile attack coming down. He's got his lair and Hydra Density transitioning into Roach Hydra, which is really strong. You can transition out of that and carry on the build going into, for example, Swarm Host Hydra is quite nice, especially if you want to contain your opponent when you know they don't have much tech in the form of Colossi or anything like that. And ultimately, that is a really good siege break. And after, you can go into, say, Vipers, just for some good abducts on Colossi or anything like that. And I'd like a little bit of banter here. Moose just being like, next time I will take 3 probes, please, as my handicap going into this game, because he feels that that push didn't go too well. Minigun in a really nice spot. He's got his 3rd Nexus up, as we've known for a long period of time. He's up at nearly 70 probes. He's got his robotics play. He held off a big chunk of aggression and now has a couple of immortals, a good number of sentries and gateway units moving across the map, ready for some counter aggression. If we actually look at what Moose has got at the moment, well, not too much. 8 Hydras, 8 Roaches, getting a Spire. So this is just in direct response in case any Colossi come out. Maybe going for some Mutalisks as well. But yeah, just Roach Hydra shouldn't struggle too much defending against this as long as a decent number of Hydras come out. We see that the Roaches and Hydras are already there, forcing this back. Time Walk does go down. Some nice force fields split apart this army. A sentry does fall though, and of course Hydras deal so much damage to gateways, units and immortals. but the sheer numbers for Minigun at the moment is helping him stay in this. There is enough energy for a mass recall, and that is exactly what he's going to use here. Getting out of there, didn't take too much damage, forced quite a lot of units to be made, keeping the drone count as low as possible. 75 for Moose is not huge, especially when he's up on 4 bases. Could easily go up to the 80 mark, plus he's getting his 5th base down now, trying to just get a good economy behind this. But look at this, 69 probes for Minigun. He's happily mining away everywhere that he'd want. He's saturated at all of his bases, which is really quite nice, and it's just going to start whopping in some more units, getting up that high-tech units. He's got extended thermal lance. His first Colossus is on the field, and there the rocks go down. They explode. They deal quite a lot of damage to those gateways, but of course don't kill them. Now, as we can see, just a couple more units getting sniped off. Moose just trying his utmost to try and really keep Minigun back, prevent anything coming down, allowing him to get these Mutalists down. The Mutas are actually going to be very effective because, as we can see, nothing defending up here. We do have Blink done, but not that many Stalkers, only 15 on the field, and that just means without Phoenix, those Mutalists can do a lot of damage. So, here comes a good aggressive Blink move there, and that just means that all of these units are going to get taken out. The Colossus doing some really nice fire. And this is now Minigun taking the supply advantage. He's going to start moving forward, but the Mutalists are coming in for some counter harassment, and it's all going to come down to this most likely. Can Minigun deal enough damage? Can he keep his army standing? But if Moose manages to defend against this push, he's going to be able to really slaughter through a lot of these probes, but got to commit to it. We see more Mutalists are on their way out, but this 4th base will certainly now fall. The Nexus of the 3rd going to take a lot of damage. The probes also going to take a lot of fire, but just look at how much stuff is here at the moment. For Minigun, he's pushing it. He's going to knock down that 4th hatchery very, very easily, and this incredible push is taking no damage because there's not really anything here. Instead, Moosegills deciding, I'm just going to try and base race you, but here comes the mass recall, and this is where the defense comes in. A great little move here. The Mutalists taking quite a lot of damage, a couple of them going down, an aggressive forward blink. More Mutas will fall most likely, but how many probes have been killed? A decent number. A couple of Stalkers and Colossi kept in the aggression, so only pulling back. And Moosegills, I love this comment, make it 5 next time, referring to the probes and the GGs. Always good manners, but Minigun playing that really solidly. I like Moosegills' tech switch into Mutas, but he committed too much to that push earlier on to really get them out quickly enough. So I hope you all enjoyed that game. If you did, make sure you like the video, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe. I get new games up every day of the week, so see you all tomorrow for yet another new cast. I'm Madals, thanks for watching, and bye for now.